This is Granny Maggie from Granny Magic, Professor of Earth Magic at Dead University. As always, honoring your magic. I'm here to answer some questions I've been receiving lately. There's been multiple inquiries, so some kind of energy is afoot right now. And people are wondering, I have spiritual gifts. I'm working with them. How do I progress? How do I reach a point where I really feel that I'm owning them and able to use and direct them in the world around me to achieve and manifest my intentions? So I have 3 tarot cards that I think really mirror that journey so many people are on. And the first card that I like to share is the High Priestess. Early on, many people, in a very natural way usually, become aware that they have a higher spiritual connection, sometimes almost an inborn gift genetically from members of their family, often passed down through the mother, or this gift just sort of emerges. And it's a gift that the High Priestess has downloads of information, of flashes of insight, psychic intuition, a knowingness. This information is downloaded from the other side in a very direct, quiet manner. And the High Priestess is a passive recipient in a sense. And she sits and holds this energy. And it may look like nothing is actually occurring with the High Priestess, but there's an internal transformation that's occurring. And the next stage of that is often, and I think of this as being the maiden, in a sense, of the maiden mother Crone of the Wicca Trinity, in a sense. And the next card that comes to mind is a move towards the mother kind of energy in the Empress. The Empress still is a passive recipient of this vertical transmission of insight and information and wisdom, power, energy, all those goodies. And yet she, without any effort on her part, transforms them internally. And she's aware of that. And then they spread out around her in a horizontal way into the world around her. Often the Empress is seen as being a pregnant woman who, with no effort on her own, is transforming and creating life. It's very beautiful. It's a vessel for rebirth, renewal, for abundance, prosperity. It's a very beautiful card, and it's a very beautiful phase usually in a woman's life. Now, the next phase, which is what I see a lot of people wanting to move towards, is what I call the Crone, and I think of her as the Queen of Wands, in a sense, the Witch of the Tarot. She's very aware at this point of what she's capable of doing. She knows what she wants to manifest, and she knows she has the power to set those intentions and manifest them. You'll see the sunflower behind her, a symbol of abundance and prosperity, but even more than that, it's effectiveness in the world around her. And the little cat sitting at her feet, the things of this world that sense spirits and energy are attracted to her. But she now has control. See her holding that wand. She has power, and she can take action by setting those intentions and setting her mind and her power. Often, between these two phases, sometimes people get a little bit blocked. This is sort of the advice we often see of just let it flow. If it's meant to be, it'll be yours. This kind of a thing. It's a very passive way of approaching it. And to take responsibility for taking action, for directing that energy and those gifts while staying in alignment with this vertical connection with the energy of the other side. That's a major life step. It takes a special kind of maturity to blow through the blocks that prevent us from stepping fully into our power. So if you're in that phase right now where you have an awareness of these gifts, you see what they can manifest in the world around you, and you're wanting to step into the crone phase and accept responsibility for working with these gifts and this energy, it's a major life transformation. I'm going to be putting some spell kits up on my website to help people in that spot. They'll have dragon's blood in them. One of them will even work with the Queen of Wands. But there are other steps that you can also take. Calling all your power back to yourself is a big step. Doing the shadow work so that you integrate the past parts of yourself that have brought you to where you are now and transmute those energies. They're a source of power for you. There are so many ways to break through blocks. Guided visualizations are very helpful and powerful. Keeping a journal of your spell work so that you see what it is that you did and what the outcomes were can really reaffirm that to you. Speaking out, saying who you are and what you do so that the people who are in that phase of life are attracted to joining you, affirming you, and assisting you in that process. Really owning who you are. It's a huge step, and many of us wait until we're older before we can fully do that. I grew up in a family, nobody ever did that. It was always kept hidden in private. There was a fear. Things have changed, times have changed. Unblock that energy. Be open to being all that you can be. So, maiden, mother, crone, in terms of your own spiritual development. Many blessings.